Have you ever been scared to take on a big project because you weren't quite confident in your ability to deliver? What if I were to tell you that collaboration could be your key to saying yes confidently again and again and again in those moments? Hey, so today we want to talk a little bit about collaboration, the importance of it, especially in business, how working with others can elevate your own personal brand and business, and then tell you a little bit about a win that I had yesterday leaning into this idea of collaboration. So I was working on this project where my goal is to help individuals who are currently in the corporate world build their escape plan, right? Get out, create their own businesses. And as I was putting it together, I realized that there was something missing. In order to do this effectively, I felt that every single business owner out there needs to understand the financial side of it. How do they set up their books? What does that look like? What software to use, et cetera, et cetera. And that's not my forte. So I reached out to the person who does my books and said, hey, let's collaborate on this together. We had a fantastic meeting. It was scheduled for an hour. We ran about almost 2.5 hours, where I told him my vision for the project, what it was that I wanted to look at. And as I was telling him about it, I could see him getting excited. I could see all of these light bulbs going off on his head and him picking up that vision and being excited about a way that we were going to serve customers together. So I walked out of that meeting with the parts that he was going to own, the parts that I was going to own, really set in stone, understanding how we were going to work together, him knowing what I was going to provide and how what he provided was going to tie together. And it's put together in such a fantastic way that we'll actually be able to launch it at the beginning of next month. So we're currently in March, so we'll be launching it in the beginning of April. So super excited about this. And again, it was a skill set that I didn't have myself, but it was something that I felt that all of my clients would be able to benefit and would be a huge value add to them. So now I am not only able to support my clients at the highest level, I'm also able to bring exposure to somebody else and also show them exactly how I do it from the person who's doing it for me, right? So win-win all the way around. So the reason that I bring that up is sometimes it can be a little bit different, or maybe even go against kind of what we're thinking in terms of pulling in somebody else to help with a really amazing project that we're on. But when you think about it, we see collaboration all the time. Who wants to have just waffles or syrup? The waffles and syrup together are great. Who wants just a peanut butter sandwich or just a jelly sandwich? But peanut butter and jelly are great, right? So we see collaboration in the real world. Why don't we lean into it more in the business world? So today, I really want to talk about the power of collaboration and starting with defining it. What does that mean? So if you were to pull it up in the dictionary, collaboration is basically just the action of working with someone to produce or create something. And when you think about it in the business world, it can be them providing a service for you. It can be them helping you provide a service to your clients and customers. So in my example, right, using that collaboration aspect to provide service to my customer, something that I wasn't willing to go out and, do myself or learn myself or provide myself, able to bring in some top-notch talent and an expert in their field to do that for my customers. So with collaboration, a couple of reasons why it's essential. So the first reason when we think about collaboration is that access to expertise and skills. So there are things that all of us are great at, right? We've been talking a lot about passions and skills and what they are. So everybody has skills. But if there's something that isn't in your wheelhouse, yes, you can maybe go out and learn it and figure it out and all of that. But maybe it makes more sense to just pull somebody in. The amount of time and energy that it would have taken me to become proficient enough in these areas to then turn around and teach somebody else would have taken me a lot longer than saying, hey, let me just pull in an expert and let's work on this project together. So if that time will be shortened by pulling in an expert, go ahead and do that, right? Don't feel like you have to go out there and figure out everything yourself. Find those individuals that you can create a strong partnership with. The second thing is that improved client offers. So when you think about everything that we're doing with our businesses, it's all about how do we serve our clients, the customers that we work with each and every day. And again, while I could have gone out and learned all of these different topics and ideas and things like that, my customers will be so much better served by hearing from a professional in that area, someone who's licensed in that arena, and somebody who's been doing this now for 10 plus years, if I'm not mistaken. So not only do they get my expertise, but they're also able to pull in expertise from somebody else. And that makes the offer that we're going to be providing come the beginning of April that much more impactful to my customers. And then the third piece of that is shared workload and efficiency. So when you think about that, the way that we kind of are building this out, there's parts that he'll own, there's parts that I own. And so too, that helps get to the goal that much faster. It helps divvy up the workload. And if nothing else, like I definitely enjoyed getting to have kind of a thought partner as we were building this out and talking about this project. And, as an entrepreneur, you don't always get that, right? Like a lot of times we're coming up with ideas and thoughts and, new aspects of the business kind of in a silo. Sometimes you are a part of a networking group, which I highly recommend. But a lot of times you kind of, you're sitting in your office trying to work through ideas and stuff on your own. So getting able to tap him on the shoulder, pull him into the project and have some of that back and forth dialogue was phenomenal. So again, I don't know how many times I've said it now, but if you have a space where it makes sense to partner or collaborate, go ahead and pull those individuals in. And that ties right into the fourth thing as far as why collaboration is important, is that increased innovation and creativity. So yes, I could have sat there with my pen and paper, on my whiteboard, jotted down ideas and thoughts. But when I tell you the amount of ideas that we were bouncing off of each other yesterday was ridiculous, it was phenomenal. And again, like I said, the meeting was slated for us to sit down and kind of chat for an hour, and we went for almost 2 hours just with ideas, different ways of looking at things. He was throwing out things that I hadn't thought about. I was putting out ideas for his business that he hadn't thought about. And I feel like we both walked away from our interaction with a level of excitement, anticipation, and a higher level of creativity than we would have been able to achieve alone. And then the last thing around that is it builds trust and credibility. So going back to that example, how much better is it going to be for my clients to be able to tell them, hey, here is how I'm going to serve you. And I was able to recognize that in order to become this fantastic startup business, here's this other piece that you need. So I'm bringing in this expert, right? So it shows that I'm willing to collaborate with other people. I'm willing to go out there and find them amazing resources, amazing talent, amazing individuals and teachers and trainers for parts of their business that they need. So it adds to my credibility as well to, one, be able to recognize that, and two, be able to go out, find and source those individuals for the business. So again, just going to run through those really quickly. If you have a pen and paper handy, jot them down, right? 5 reasons why collaboration is essential. Getting that access to expertise and skills. You don't have to be the expert on everything. I had an individual who taught me a long, long time ago, and it actually was around leadership, but it ties into the business world as well. And that is that you don't have to be a well-rounded person. Actually, you shouldn't try to be a well-rounded person. You should try to be really, really sharp in a specific area, and then have really sharp people around you in different areas, and then together you make a well-rounded individual. So I apply that same aspect to business, where I don't have to know everything. I don't have to know every single piece of the business, but the parts that I do know them well, know them inside and out, and then where it makes sense, pull in people to help with other aspects of the business. So for myself, right, this is somebody who does books and runs the numbers for me, pulling him in and having him help my clients do the same thing. Fantastic. Able to access those expertise and skills. It improves the client offers. It makes what I'm able to provide to my customers that much more valuable. And again, use that to your advantage too. Where are areas when you're looking at your offers, when you're looking at how you're supporting your customers, where are you looking at that and saying, oh, I really wish, they had additional support here, or maybe where are your customers asking for additional support? Is that a place that you can collaborate? It helps you share that workload, flows right into that innovation and creativity. So many more fresh ideas, different viewpoints that get pulled in when you're working with a partner, and then helps to build that trust and credibility. So, I know it's only Wednesday, so we've got a couple days left in the week, but I would challenge all of you guys to kind of reflect on your current offers. Where can you add in some additional support? Are there areas where collaboration could help take you to the next level? So when you think about that, think about, okay, where are areas that I lack expertise? And again, I know we've talked a lot about understanding your skills and really tapping into that, but on the flip side of that, where are the areas where maybe you aren't so skilled? And go ahead, reach out to some potential collaborators, build that network of professionals. Maybe it's individuals that you need, maybe it's through an alumni association, maybe it's through a networking group that you're a part of, but who are some potential collaborators? And go ahead and start having some of those conversations. So I invite all of you guys, drop a comment below, share how you've collaborated on your business if you're already doing that, or how do you plan to start? So again, thank you so much. Remember, you don't have to do it all. Collaboration isn't just about sharing the workload. It's about really tapping into that creativity and being able to provide an even deeper level of support for your customers, for your clients. So go out there, make your offers better with the power of collaboration. And I'm so excited to see what you put out there.